Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IS Academy. So today in this session we are going to discuss the most important conflict as well as important issue from the Myanmar region itself. As we know, Myanmar is facing the civil war situation. So recently, as you can see here, the headlines, KNU seizes Myanmar's base. So let's try to understand. KNU hails seizure of Myanmar's junta base on Thai border. This is the context of the news. So what if I told you that while the world was watching the tanks roll through the Red Square in a Moscow, a forgotten battlefield in Southeast Asia erupted into a historic turning point, a place where drones, guerrilla fighters, and helicopters clashed, not in a movie but in real life, on the lush and volatile border of Myanmar and Thailand. Also, in the shadows of global politics, one of the world's oldest resistance movement just scored a victory that could shake the very foundation of a military regime. So yes, welcome to Myanmar, a nation in crisis, rebellion, and a quiet revolution. So today we are diving deep into this dramatic fall of the Hitiki base, a strategic trade hub now snatched from the military junta, as you can see here, है ना, जहां पर थाईलैंड से बॉर्डर है. So Tiki base, which is a strategic trade hub, now snatched from the military junta hands by the Karen National Union, that is KNU, and its fierce allies. So what does this mean for the future of Myanmar, for global power dynamics, and also for the civilians who are trapped in unending war? So stick with me, because this is not just another news update. This is the story of hope, power, betrayal, and an underground war that the world must no longer ignore. So what happened recently? What is the context of the news here? So let's try to understand what happened recently in Myanmar. What is the context of the news here, so that we can understand the real situation of Myanmar region. So this is the context of the news. As you can see here, on Friday morning, that is May 10, 2025, the current National Army or National Union and its allies captured a Myanmar military base, which is called as Hitiki, and this base is on the Thai border. थाईलैंड से जुड़ा हुआ है, ये बॉर्डर एरिया है in Davi township, that is in Tenin Tharai region. So as you can see here in this map, this region, ये जो region आप देख सकते हैं, this region is captured by KNU, है ना? This is captured by KNU. Now, so as you can see here, so this is the context of the news here, है ना? तो ये context है. अब सबसे पहले हमें ये समझना है who are KNU and their allies. First of all, we need to understand who are KNU and their allies. Now, KNU is Myanmar's oldest revolutionary group. ये जो group है, this is oldest revolutionary group in Myanmar, and this group has two armed wings. अब इसके दो armed wings कौन से हैं? First is Karen National Liberation Army. As you can see here, this is, so as you can see, this is Karen National Liberation Army, है ना? Karen National Liberation Army, KNLA, and one more wing is there called as KNDO, Karen National Defense Organization, है ना? So this is called as KNDO, Karen National Defense Organization. Now, another group involved in the attack is the FFD. Now, what is this FFD? Federal, or you can say Force for Federal Democracy. जी हाँ, another group which is involved here called as Force for Federal Democracy. As you can see here, इनके batches भी आप देख सकते हैं, Force for Federal Democracy. This group is also involved. Now, another thing here is, why is Hitiki important? Now, why? this Hitiki region is important. So first of all, as you can see here, Hitiki is a key border trade hub which is connected Davi and Thailand. Now it is linked to Davi Deep Seaport Project. जी हाँ, Hitiki is linked to Davi Deep Seaport Project which was handed over to Russia, जो रशिया को हैंड ओवर किया गया था. So controlling this area affects the security of the entire port project. Now what were the details of this battle? Now अब इस battle की details क्या क्या है? So let's try to understand. It is said that about 150 junta troops were defending the base, Hitiki base. KNU and its allies first attacked on 2nd May. KNU और उनके allies ने सबसे पहले अटैक कब किया? On 2nd May 2025. So Force for Federal Democracy said that the base is difficult to attack because a quarter of it lies in Thailand. ऐसा कहा था FFD ने. So that is why the resistance used drone strikes and 120 mm mortars. Now junta jammers destroyed many of their drones and junta used 4 transport helicopters to bring the reinforcement weapons and ammunition. ये किसने किया था? junta ने किया था. So resistance forces had already destroyed the junta artillery before launching the final attack. Apart from this, there are other key events also. Now what are the other key events? Now, so let me tell you, on 19th April, now on 19th April 2025, KNU and its allies captured the Hitiki और हितीता बेस, है ना? So KNU और उनके allies ने हितीता बेस को भी कैप्चर कर लिया था, ये याद रखिएगा. Now where is this Hitita base? Hitita base is near to Hitiki only. Clear? तो आप देख सकते हैं ये पूरा रीजन जो है इंपॉर्टेंट है. Clear? So on 19th April 2025, KNU and its allies captured the Hitita base which is near to Hitiki. They captured about the 30 regime soldiers which includes a junta strategist also. And after that the Brigadier General Kyo Kyo Han, जी हाँ, उसी के बाद ब्रिगेडियर जनरल, जी हाँ, ब्रिगेडियर जनरल क्यो क्यो हैन, who is also a junta coastal regional commander, he vowed to wipe out the KNU brigade 4 and he sent 4 helicopters to Hitiki, but his forces were defeated. So ये एक एक्स्ट्रा विक्ट्री भी थी, है ना? अब कहा जाता है on Friday morning, that is on 10th May, KNU also seized another junta base. KNU ने एक और बेस सीज कर लिया junta का. अब वो बेस कौन सा है? Let's try to understand. KNU also seized the another junta base that is in Hpa-an, as you can see here. तो ये कौन सा बेस है? Hpa-an. Now Hpa-an district, and this district is under Karen स्टेट. ये किस स्टेट में है? Karen स्टेट में. क्लियर? नाउ अगर हम लार्जर कॉन्टेक्स्ट की बात करें, ओवरऑल ये जो चीजें अभी हमने डिस्कस की, सो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट सिंस 2021 मिलिट्री coup, KNU has trained and armed the thousands of anti-regime activists. KNU also supported the civilian national unity government. Also, KNU helped to form the People Defense Forces, that is called as PDF, as you can see here. KNU helped to form the People Defense Forces. So KNU and its allies, now they are fighting the regime in Karen state and Mon states, and also Tenin Therai region as well as Bago region. And they have been attacked Myanmar's capital Naypyidaw also. तो अब एक चीज हमें जो यहां पर समझनी होगी कि पीस जो है म्यांमार में, इट इज कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड डिफिकल्ट, बट इट इज नॉट इम्पॉसिबल. पीस इन म्यांमार इज कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड डिफिकल्ट, बट इट इज नॉट इम्पॉसिबल. But it requires both immediate actions also as well as long-term structural changes. So now my question here is how peace could come, that we need to understand step by step. First of all, end of military rule and restoration of democracy. How peace can come in Myanmar? So first of all, end of military rule, and restoration of democracy. So first of all, there is a need for immediate ceasefire by military junta, that is Tatmadaw and resistance forces. Then military must give up power and allow a return to the civilian rule. Second, restoration of national unity government or a transitional unity government in Myanmar region. Then release all the political prisoners, including Aung San Suu Kyi. So release all the political prisoners, clear, and other political prisoners also. Then second thing is there is a need for federal democracy, क्योंकि म्यांमार जो है वो एथनिकली डिवाइडेड है, तो वहां पर फेडरलिज्म की जरूरत है. सो देयर इज अ नीड फॉर फेडरल डेमोक्रेसी. Now federal democracy and ethnic equality. So there is a need for establishing a federal democratic constitution that ensures equal rights for all the ethnic groups, autonomy and self-governance for ethnic states like Karen, Kachin, Shan, Chin, etc. Then end to the Burman ethnic dominance in the politics and the military. Then peace talks are needed. Third, there is a need for peace talks and inclusive political dialogues. So how peace talks can be there? So begin United Nations mediated peace talks, which involves the military if they still have influence. Then involve the NUG, National Unity Government, and all the major ethnic armed organizations like KNU, KIA, RCSS, etc. and etc. Then involve civil society, religious leaders, youth groups, everyone. Then in that way Myanmar can build a transnational, or you can say Myanmar can also build a good justice system to address the past crimes without provoking further violence. Another step that Myanmar can take, disarmament and security sector reform. Now disarmament is very important. Disarmament and security sector reform. Now try to understand disarmament, demobilization and reintegration of armed groups should be there. Then reform the Myanmar military under the civilian oversight. Then create a federal security force that include all the ethnicities. And then apart from these things, international support is very important. International support and pressure. जी हाँ, international support and pressure, इसके बिना कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता. More sanctions on military junta and their allies like arms supplier from Russia, China, etc. Then stronger diplomatic support for the democratic forces by the ASEAN region, UN, global powers, etc. Then humanitarian aid through the cross-border channels. Humanitarian aid should be there through cross-border channels, especially to the conflict zones. Then apart from this, economic and social rebuilding should also be there. Launch a national reconstruction program after the conflict. Rebuild schools, rebuild hospitals, infrastructure, everything. Provide jobs and training to form to the unemployed youth and also the displaced people. Then promote reconciliation and coexistence among the communities in the region which are torn by the civil war. Then the most important thing, address the root cause. रूट कॉज क्या है यहां पर, उसको भी एड्रेस किया जाए. नाउ डील विद डीप सीटेड इश्यूज. अब डीप सीटेड इश्यूज कौन कौन से हो सकते हैं? लाइक लैंड राइट्स, रिसोर्सेज कंट्रोल इन काचिन, कारन, राखाइन रीजन. देन रिलीजियस एंड एथनिक डिस्क्रिमिनेशन स्पेशली अगेंस्ट रोहिंग्या मुस्लिम्स. हिस्टोरिकल ग्रीवेंसेस from decades of military operation and broken promises. So in short, if we see, peace will come to Myanmar when the military loses power, ethnic minorities are given the autonomy and equality, and all the groups talk and compromise and international community backs the real change. In that way, peace can come in Myanmar region. So, as the sun rose over the forest of Tantrai, it was not just a base that fell, it was a symbol of resistance. समझ में आ रहा है? It was a symbol of resistance. It was a symbol of dream long buried under the decades of dictatorship. Then Hithiki is more than a victory. It is a message that people of Myanmar are not giving up. But make no mistake, peace is still a long way off. For every base taken, another village burns in Myanmar. For every general defeated, another strategy forms in silence. Yet, amidst the smoke, the current National Union and its allies, they are fighting. They are lighting a fire that could one day burn through the heart of tyranny. And if the world is listening now, if world truly listens, Myanmar future could change. But if it looks away, then this might all be lost again. So share this story, share this video, subscribe our channel Legacy IAS Academy, comment your thoughts, and let the world know that Myanmar's war for freedom is not over, and neither its hope for freedom. Thank you so much.